Well, we want to go, as I said, Donald Trump has just canceled his rally that had been planned in Chicago. There you see some of the disappointed rallygoers and also demonstrators inside the venue. Fox Business reporter Jeff Flock is there right now. Jeff, the latest. As we hear the chants.
The venue, big cheers just went up here in the last 5 minutes or so, Lou, when word came that the event had been canceled. Of course, this had been the hope all along, that students had hoped that Mr. Trump wouldn't be allowed to have the rally. But, in fact, the administration here at the University of Illinois Chicago said, we're going to allow the speech to go forward. If you want to protest, come out and protest. Well, folks did come out and protest, and apparently, and again, we're on the outside here, and there was no violence. To our knowledge, none of the rally goers were prohibited from going inside by the protesters. The police did a very good job of keeping people separate, and the arena filled up. But I will tell you that there was a concerted effort on the part of some protesters to get tickets to the rally and to go inside and have their voices heard on the inside. And apparently the campaign thought, they've been successful in ejecting protesters in a lot of places. If you get enough protesters on the inside, however, that could be very difficult, and that may have made the rally very difficult to go forward with.
Yeah, Jeff, I can tell you just from the overhead shots that we're looking at, if anybody can get through that crowd, they had to be extraordinarily determined and willing to put their personal safety at risk to do so, because the crowds are dense, and as we see,
I'll tell you, Lou, I got to tell you, there was a guy who just walked past here with a Trump sign, and nobody bothered him.
Yeah, that's great.
I can just tell you that.
That's super. I just watched a demonstrator tear up a Trump sign inside. So you've got a little, as you said earlier, it's a diverse group. I do want to ask you about why the Mexican flags. Is Vicente Fox sending a message of some sort personally to Mr. Trump?
Well, certainly Mexican Americans would be part of this group here tonight. It's, as I said, it's tremendously diverse. You can see the pictures as well as I can. It's not just Hispanic. It's not just blacks, it's not just whites. It is a whole host of different folks that have come out here. Some a little more intelligently spoken than others. Perhaps that one wasn't, but there you go.
Well, that happens in television news as well as in university auditorium.
True enough.
Great to have you with us, Jeff, and thanks for the report. We're going to be coming back to you for an update straightforwardly. I want to go now to Sheriff Joe Arpaio, Maricopa County, Arizona Sheriff. Sheriff, great to have you with us. I mean, we're watching a rally of some 10,000 disbanded by, hundreds of demonstrators there, all peaceful, and your reaction to that?
Well, maybe, maybe all the supporters can come to Phoenix and we'll take care of them. But I've been with Donald Trump, when I was talking for him. And I also was with several rallies introducing him, and I've seen what happens in these rallies. You have a few demonstrators, they're removed. The cops do a great job, security, I can go on and on. But now I think this has gone a little too far. I look back at my history. I've had 10,000 people led by Sharpton going after me, and everywhere I travel in the country, I have demonstrators. A lot of times I go in the midst of them to try to talk some sense. But I don't think you can talk any sense to this crowd. They're motivated. I wonder who's behind this. I smell politics everywhere over this one.
Yeah. And we've got just a few minutes, a few seconds here, Joe. Your thoughts about security on the border, whether or not we're going to see truly secure borders and a wall if folks vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I'll tell you, one guy will do it. That's Donald Trump. The wall will go up, and we will continue to crack down, but really crack down on this problem that's facing our country. It's an international problem. I can't forgive the former president, what he said. I lived there in Mexico City. Right. I was a director, and they won't let me go in there to talk to the officials. So this is sickening. Where is the international cooperation?
Yeah, and we appreciate, as always, Joe, you've been with us, Sheriff Joe Arpaio. we've been talking for a lot of years, and the situation hasn't gotten any better. Sheriff, thanks a lot for being here. All the best to you.
Thank you. Thanks, Lou.
Up next, more on the breaking news out of Chicago. Radio talk show hosts Adriana Cohen and John Gibson with me next.